What's up, Crow World? What's up, Freakers? The Arc 1600 here, and with the onset of the new Cloak and Dagger series coming to ABC's Freeform in 2018, we figured, why don't we get together and talk about the top 5 things that we would like to see in that series. Keep in mind that these are in no specific order. So, beginning with number 5, we would like to see a great story. I think one of the biggest issues that plagued both Luke Cage in Iron Fist and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the fact that while the story would at times be decent or even good, there will be these moments of lull when it's dull and boring, or when a certain villain dies and out of nowhere another villain who kind of sucks decides to take over the show, i.e. Luke Cage, or when the Hand, the most fearsome group of assassins in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, gets replaced by a bunch of high school ninjas. Anyways, that shit was trash, and we hope that the Cloak and Dagger series doesn't repeat some of the same mistakes that we noticed in Luke Cage and Iron Fist. At number 4, we would love to see a dope villain. I think one of the biggest issues with Luke Cage was the fact that after Cottonmouth died and he was replaced by Diamondback, the series kinda took a turn for the worst. I mean, Cottonmouth, played by Mahershala Ali, was smooth, he was nuanced, he was menacing, captivating, a great villain, and could have been perhaps the best villain in the Marvel Cinematic or the Marvel TV universe. But then, out of nowhere, he dies, killed by Alfred Woodard's character, and replaced by the ridiculous Diamondback. And while I did enjoy Diamondback's performance, his performance was... it bordered on the lines of a parody. It was cartoonish, it resembled some of the blaxploitation villain portrayals. It was just kind of fucking goofy. But I hope that the Cloak and Dagger series doesn't have the same issue. And with that being said, I definitely have to mention Iron Fist. What the hell was that? Bakuto? Madame Gao? The Hand? They managed to turn the Hand from these badass assassins into some punk-ass high schoolers. I don't know what the hell that was, but hopefully whatever villains they decide to put in the Cloak and Dagger series, they are menacing and as intimidating as the Purple Man and Jessica Jones, or the Punisher was for the first half of the second season of Daredevil. That brings us to number 3, gratuitous use of their superpowers. One of the biggest issues with Luke Cage, with Jessica Jones, with Iron Fist was the fact that while the production value seemed really high for a TV drama, as a superhero show, it was kind of lacking. We only got a couple episodes with Iron Fist glowing fists. We only got a couple scenes where Jessica Jones and Luke Cage threw people through walls and stuff, or ripping off car doors, but we want to see more, and we hope that with this show being on ABC's Freeform, the budget will be elevated to allow for more gratuitous use of their powers. Perhaps seeing the void of Cloak's cloak, or more daggers than just a couple plastic props that look like crystal dildos. Sorry, kids. Hopefully, Mom isn't awake to hear you listening to this. Show us something cool. Show us something that we've never seen before. If we wanted to see people not using superpowers, we would watch literally any other show. We watched the Jerry Springer Show, The Maury Show, Steve Wilkos, whatever. That brings us to number 2. Well choreographed fight scenes and people that are actually capable of performing said fight scenes. The biggest issue with Iron Fist were the fight scenes, aside from the acting and the story and a whole lot of shit, which I'll probably get into in another video. The fight scenes left a lot to be desired, and that's not good for a show about a martial arts master. Even if he looks like he should be teaching a yoga class, or working as a damn barista at Starbucks, or driving Uber, I don't know. Anyways, we hope that in the Cloak and Dagger show, they show something great. In Iron Fist, you had Finn Jones, who was able to do a couple things here and there, but for the most part, as a fighter, physically inept. The other guys would be moving at normal speed and he would be sped up because he wasn't fast enough to keep up with some of those better trained fighters. So we hope that the Cloak and Dagger show is gonna be a little bit different in that regard. And hopefully it's a little bit easier to pull off some more convincing scenes. See, these guys aren't well-trained fighters. These guys aren't masquerading as martial arts masters. They're a bunch of high school kids with some dope-ass powers. That brings us to number 1. We would love to see comic book accurate costumes. That means Cloak in all of his splendor, with the void in full effect, spruced up with some really cool CGI elements, or Dagger's daggers glowing in this brilliant light. Not 1 or 2 or 3 episodes of Iron Fist slightly glowing fists. Hopefully they've allocated enough budget for them to really do some awesome shit in that regard. But keep in mind, our opinion isn't the only one that counts here at Idio Freak. So, with that being said, why don't you guys let us know what you think? What would you like to see in the new Cloak and Dagger series? And why don't you give us your opinion in the comments below? Rate, comment, subscribe, send us some angry emails, send us some mean Twitter comments, make memes of our cartoon faces. The Arc 1600 and Idio Freak signing out. Peace! And tell your mother I might call her. Then again, I might not.